YouTubes. On the YouTubes. How's it going, everybody? My name is Katarina, and I am live on the YouTubes, which it's actually been a little while. You get serenaded at the beginning of my lives because, well, there's nobody in here to talk to again. But how's it going? Hey, it's the chica. It's the girl. It's the girl from the Discords that I know. How goes it? How you doing? Um, I'm just here. I'm vibing. I'm chilling. I'm tired. I'm very tired. Like very, very tired. But that's okay. Like, will this be a long live? Probably not. But I will do my best for my fans because I haven't done a YouTube live in a while. To be fair, actually, well, let's look. When was the last time I was live on the YouTubes? Let's go to content and let's go to live. And when was my last live? Oh, it was 3 weeks ago. Okay, yeah. Like I said, it's been a while. So yeah. Anyways, well, what's going on since then? Well, let's see. We installed a cold air intake on, you know, on my dad's truck. I have acquired more parts. I have installed more parts. My Hail Mary still is around. The U joints went on my dad's truck. Let's see, what else is there? There's more than that. I know that. But I mean, I got raided by trolls, but that wasn't the last live I did. That was like a month ago. For that. Let's see. I can look at the lengths of the lives and figure out which one that would have been. That was the one before that. 3 weeks ago. That happened. That way. So yeah. Yeah. Wait, what? No, I didn't do a cat delete. I never said that. Like, it's something that we are going to probably do to his truck. Don't get me wrong, but we haven't done that yet. So have no fear about that. But then also something I kind of want to do this for my dad as well is if I get a little bit of extra money together, I'm going to order him some knock sensors for his truck and then try and replace them for him. And just be like, surprise! Your truck gets better gas mileage now, and it's probably faster because the knock sensors are good now. Yay! You know. But we shall see with that, because it's going to depend on how much they actually cost, because, like, that's the thing with those sensors. You don't want to go cheapy on them. So they're probably going to cost at least $100 is my guess. Maybe more than that. We'll have to see. Because you can get, like, really cheap ones for, like, $35 on Amazon. I don't trust those. I don't. I will trust some cheaper parts, but when it comes to sensors, no. That's a lot of these sensors are terrible when they're cheaper. So we'll have to see. You need to order a new ECU that has the VATs deleted because tuning software doesn't support my car. Wait, really? Interesting. I mean, I'm trying to remember what your car is. You told me, but I forget. What do you drive that tuning isn't available on it? Because admittedly, I would have thought that for the most part, most vehicles with a tune like with an ECU that isn't like brand new and they just haven't cracked the code yet can do that. 04 Grand Prix, you can tune that. You should be able to tune that with a stock computer. Not like a ton, but like, because they make even like doesn't Diablo Sport make a where you can plug directly into the OBD2 port on those without modifying the ECU to get that fixed? Because the Grand Prix are actually very popular in tuning and building because of the GTP, right? So that is interesting to me. And why did my phone go off? Was that? Oh, that was Okay, so somebody... I don't... That bike is not worth what you think it is there, dude. Because hang on. Let me look up that bike. I don't think they're worth as much as he's saying that thing's worth. Let's see. 2007, because it's a dirt bike. Kawasaki KLX 400. Or KFX. Is it KFX or KLX that he said in the email? KLX. Alright. Yeah, it's a dirt bike. That's what I knew. I knew that, but still, I don't think this is an easy vehicle to sell. Okay, JD Power, give me pricing. Thank you. Oh, you have the matter to give me. No, they awful. I'm just looking here. There we go. Let's look at cycletrader.com where they're for sale. Yeah, dirt bikes I know don't really hold their value near as well. Look, here's one for $1,800. That's a 110 though. A 125 for $3,000. This one's for $4,500 and it's 2003. But just because they're asking that doesn't mean it's worth that. That's a new 230S. I'm not finding, though, for the same year. Okay, Jesus. A KLX 300R that's a 2023. Some guy has asked, like, this dealership. It's only $4,200. That's brand new, pretty much. That's 2 years old. This guy thinks this bike is worth $3,500? I don't think so, dude. Like, he's gonna have to throw... If he wants to give me this bike, because I value that bike maybe $1,500 tops. For a used 125? I mean, his isn't a 125. His is a 400, right? You know, because like he said, his like he thinks his is worth $3,500. I'm like, no. Like I'm just looking at all these different ones on CycleTrader.com, right? And like a lot of these, like 300s, brand new. This one sold. It was a 2023. It was listed for $4,800. Like, how do people like think that their dirt bikes are worth so much money? I don't get that. It's a dirt bike. It's not a cruiser. It's not a sport bike. Because cruisers and sport bikes actually they do retain value a little better, not like amazingly, but they retain value better than a dirt bike because every single dirt bike on the planet is known for just beating the absolute piss out of it, right? So, yeah, exactly. Like that's what I was kind of looking at. Like this guy is gonna want to, like trade this straight across from my 84 Mustang, or sorry, my 82 Mustang. It's BS. Like, no. And oh, somebody in my Discord actually said that like they're waiting, so I'm going to do this to them. Hang on, I'm on my Discord right now, so I'm just gonna do this. Well, I am live on the YouTubes right now. If you go to my channel, just saying, you don't have to wait. You can just go right now. I've been live for a little bit, so actually, I think that was you that said that. That may have been you. That's funny. I wasn't even paying attention to who said it. I'm that freaking tired. But it just the notification came on Discord on my phone like just now. So, yeah, that's. But yeah, actually, so let's go to UR Serenity. Okay, that's what I thought that was you in there. Because actually, I'm gonna go on Kijiji right now. Okay, Kijiji. Fail. Kijiji. Yes, give me that. I'm gonna look at. Let's just go. Kawasaki. I said KFX, right? Let's see. Oh, sorry, KLX. So 400 KLX. Let's see. Are there any for sale on Kijiji in Alberta? Also has a broken headlight, by the way, too. So it's fun. Hey, look! There's none for sale on Kijiji. All right, Marketplace it is. Marketplace. Let's go look. So, Marketplace. Kawasaki KLX 400. Let's see. There is a 2003 in Spruce Grove for $2,200. So that's a little older, but similar. There is a 2024 KLX 300 in Calgary for $7,802. That's at a dealership. There's a 2024 KLX 230 for $6,400. Yeah, I don't see his value at all. Like, this is the one thing. There's not a lot of these for sale. That's a KLX R110. There you go. Here you go. A 300R that's a 2020 for $4,200. And that's a 2020. His is a 2007. Just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You didn't want your channel public info because creeps like me a little too much. I mean, fair. I guess that. But yeah, like these bikes are not as valuable as what he thinks. Like, people ask a decent amount of money for them, but that doesn't mean they're worth that. These have been listed forever. Like, this 2014 KLX, what? This was 2 days ago. This is a 140 for $3,000. But like, because I know what makes a difference is how many hours are on the bike, right? Like, hi Ben, how goes it, right? And your first bike was a 2003 TGB 202T. It was a Chinese Yamaha. Fair enough. Gotta love those knockoffs. For the win! Yeah! Oh wait, are these? Oh, these KLXs are Enduros. I didn't realize that. I thought they were a straight up dirt bike. Still, not many people want an Enduro. Most people, if they want a bike, they want either a full-on dirt bike or they want a full-on street bike. They don't want something that does both. So, hi, Will Dog. How goes it? Been a minute. Because again, I haven't been live in 3 weeks. So, my bad. But yeah. You've had great luck with Suzuki? Oh yeah, like Suzuki bikes are great, you know? Yeah, exactly. Well, also with signal lights and lights and stuff, right? Like that's an Enduro is just a street legal dirt bike. That's all it is. But I'm not. Yeah, I've never been a fan of Enduros. So I'm gonna here's the thing. I'm gonna tell Buddy, hey, you want to trade that bike? Okay, give me $2,000 on top of the bike. And I'll do that deal. Otherwise, no. Because realistically, I value that bike at maybe $2,000. Tops. Especially with a broken headlight. You know, dude, fix your shit. That headlight's probably not expensive. But I understand not being able to afford it. Hi, I'm broke right now. So, I get it. But him valuing it at $3,500, I think is nuts. That's nutso. And that's the thing, I can't find a comparable to it though. Anywhere. Okay, here is. I found a comparable. So, this one is a A 2009 KLX 450R, right? It much better. It has 1,160 kilometers on it, and it's got aftermarket parts on it too, like a better clutch and stuff like that. For sale for $3,600, and that's an R. That's 2 years newer, right? So again, I think that $2,000 is a fair estimate on the value of that bike. You had a long day. You hauled a load of junk to the junkyard and picked up some more. You missed my live streams? Yeah, sorry, I haven't been live for a bit on here. I didn't realize how long it's been, because I looked while I was live here and realized it was 3 weeks ago, so that's my bad. I've been live a lot on TikTok, to be honest, and I have been, I haven't been as diligent with going live here on YouTube, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please don't hate me. But yeah, you just converted your van and your Pontiac into a van by removing the entire rear seat. That's not how that works, but sure. Because it's not big enough to be a van per se. But removing the rear seat would give you, like, better access to, put bigger stuff in it like you can do with the van. But it's still a sedan, though. Or is it a coupe? Is yours a coupe or... actually, mind you, you said 2004. Yeah, I don't know if they still had coupes by then. I want to say they were all four-door by that point. I could be wrong, though. Could be wrong. But yeah, I mean, I've had, not the longest day in the world, but I did, I drove to Calgary and back today, and dealing with Calgary traffic is really fucking annoying. Like, I've actually got it on video of somebody that cut me off really good and nearly sideswiped my car. Like, it was pretty close. Pretty close, honestly. The sideswiping my car. And I did actually get it on the dash cam, so I did, save it. So I'll have to go into my dash cam later and try and find the footage, because all the footage that I saved today, because I did save a few different things. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see if I can find that. Because who knows? I can maybe make a compilation, right? Could make a compilation. You remove the rear seat because you hate having passengers? I mean, valid. I don't, I've had rear passengers in my car, twice. So there's that. Sorry, 3 times. Correction, 3 times. Kelsey's been in the backseat of that car. My cousin and her boyfriend at the time were in the backseat of that car. And then I had Braden in the backseat of that car. With his girlfriend. So, yeah. Hey, well, I appreciate that, Chris. And, well, the snow is annoying, but you just learn to deal with it. It's okay. Now we're getting towards the end of that season, and where we just get really hot, and it can be very annoying. That's okay. That's okay. We work with it, right? We work with it. Last time we had a passenger, he almost got kicked out mid-drive because he was backseat driving. Man. I don't get people to backseat drive in my car because they know better. Because they know, I'm probably a better driver than they are. I've proven that with, my racing videos and stuff like that, so there's that. Yeah, well, and the one thing is, because I've been going live most nights on TikTok, and it's because, I have I get a lot more trolls on TikTok, don't get me wrong, but I also typically get a little more interaction, and I can play copyrighted music in the background. So it works a little better for me to do the live, so that if people aren't chatting, as an example, I can just kind of rock out to music for a while and, and stuff like that. But here I can't do that unless if I have my headphones on, and then it looks just kind of funny with me dancing to music and singing and stuff like that. but you guys can't hear anything, right? It's just kind of weird. You already started your garden outside. Need a lot of sunshine and water to live. You pretty much live by the water when you can. I mean, that's fair. I get that. But yeah. You want to get technical? Snow is just really cold water. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You know. Well, I mean, today, like, I don't know if I actually saved that. Like I said, I'll have to see. I think I saved 3 different videos on my dash cam, and I don't know if I got the one where I dumped the clutch at the light. I'll have to see if I got that one or not. But yeah. And you live by the ocean? Fun. I mean, living by the ocean would be awesome, but I do live by water, but it's just a little Red Deer River. Does that count? It's not really an ocean, but so I mean, but it's fresh water, so like you can like swim in it and not like die because it's it is fresh water, not salt water. What's going on? Not much. How you doing there, Ford guy? Nice to see you in the chat, man. It's a little too cold for your roots. I mean that's valid. That's valid. I get it. Like it's really funny to hear like my sort of American friends that live down south, and they talk about how, oh my god, it's so cold. We're wearing like these super thick jackets, and it's like 40 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm going, oh my god, dude, you delicate little flower. That's so funny to me. Come talk to me when it's minus 40, and then that's fucking cold. Then 40 degrees Fahrenheit's like warm. Oh, going to repair the engine in your snowmobile first for you? Nice. Hey, that sounds like fun, dude. I like that. You're doing good. Motorhome's no longer leaking as it's raining here. Hey, let's go. That's awesome. And you've been doing really good work on that motorhome because you keep giving me updates on like Messenger. Just the one thing is because like I love the enthusiasm and everything for it. It's great. And just for me, I go, it doesn't interest me as much, so I don't know how to respond to it all the time. When you're talking about this stuff, I'm like, okay, yeah, that's awesome, and it's really cool that you're sharing it with me, but I don't know how to respond to it. So I apologize for when you do send that stuff to me, on Facebook, and I don't reply because I just don't know how to reply to it. Right? You give all your friends updates. That's fair. That's fair. And it's great. I love the enthusiasm about it. I love what you're doing. Don't get me wrong. It's not my thing. That's all I'm saying. Right? And like I said, keep sending me updates though. I love it. I love it. You currently live in Georgia and you pick on all your neighbors to say that, right? Right. You ever through swapping transmissions on your 80 dually? Cool. So halfway. So as in you've dropped the first transmission and now you're going to put in the other one. That I'm assuming that means halfway. I plan to put in new pistons and rings and new connecting rod bearings and have the cylinder redone. Oh yeah, so a full rebuild, like a full rebuild. Nice. No, that sounds like fun. Like I said, if I ever get my ass to Kelowna, that it'll be like that meme from well, it's become a meme now from Shrek. Just like, and you're coming with me, right? Because that's what will happen with that John Deere 440 snowmobile that's been sitting in my grandma's garage for like over 30 years. Probably closer to 40 years at this point. But yeah. And only thing you need to do is water supply? Well, isn't that just like, hey, hooking it up to a water source? And then, yeah. I know, like, you probably have, like, inboard water and stuff like that. I get that. But I'm just saying. Oh, you're going to put a cherry bomb muffler on your Grand Prix? I mean, good mufflers. Good mufflers. They can sound good. They can. Definito. I've never ran a cherry bomb on my cars. I've only ran the Flow Pros or Thrust Turbos so far. But That's because I'm a broke bitch. So there's that. I mean, cherry bombs aren't exactly expensive, mind you, but yeah. Although I miss Thrush Turbos being $60. I was in freaking Canadian Tire today, and I saw Thrush Turbos over there. I'm like, ooh, how much are those? $100 each? What the fuck? When did those get $40 more expensive? Like, bruh, I can get Flowmaster like 40s for an extra like $40 a piece. Why would I buy those? You know, it's very weird now, right? Oh, there's no plumbing. It's all been removed. Bathroom is now a closet. Ah, okay. Fair enough. Is there got true dual exhaust, so they're gonna sound lovely? Wait, it's true duals? Like they don't intersect at all? Interesting. Interesting. Because Stitch is going to be a true dual exhaust when I'm done with her. Whenever I get the header on the car, which is a problem because there's still a freaking bolt that's stuck in the head that broke off. So that's why there is no header on the car, and it's still a stock fucking manifold. Yeah. Yeah. I want the header on the car so bad. I want the performance and the fuel economy from it. And the sound. Sad. Sad. Well, I mean, from the factory, they would have been wide off on the Grand Prix, even the GTPs. But if it's been modified, it could be true goals. Could be. Gonna shoot some water up the exhaust to break up the cherry bomb. That's an old school thing. 9 hours, and today you added a skylight and removed the non-functioning vent cover. Hey, there you go. You know, you can't just have, like, you know, stick-on stuff on that thing. Definitely not. Also, sometime soonish, I should have my new stickers! Which now, these stickers are different than my original run of stickers, which I am going to get more of the original run done. But, yeah, and it broke off flush. Like, okay, Will Dog. 6 of 11 of the bolts snapped. 3 of them sheared to the head. We got 2 of them out. There's still 1 more that's stuck in there. And it just will not come out. No matter how much fucking drilling you do on it, no matter how much welding or anything like that, it just will not go. It is brutal. No matter what trick you have in the book, it's not working on that piece of shit. And it's really annoying. Oh, fuck, that sucks. Exactly, right? Right? You know, like, it's in there. There's a reason why that my exhaust manifold is only held in by 2 bolts right now. So it leaks like mad, but fuck it. B300 Sportsman. Oh yeah, it's a Dodge. Forgot about that. Being a B series, because that's like a Dodge thing, you know. But you're a Ford guy though. So weird. So weird. That's okay. That's okay. It's kind of like whenever I branch off from Foxbody, like from Fords, you know, I'm waiting for when I own something that isn't a Ford, and people will be like, "What the fuck?" But yet, I mean, I have delved into other vehicles on the channel, not very often, but I have. Hey, yes, Bank. I sorry. I haven't been live in almost a month, and I sorry. I've been neglecting you guys. I kind of realized it tonight, and I was like, oh shit. I was actually in the middle of a TikTok live, and it was kind of dead, so I decided, let's go over to YouTube. And then, yeah, because you guys are awesome, and I should go live more on here. I should, and I sorry. My deepest apologies. But I are here now, and we are chatting, and we are vibing, and we are chilling like a Magellan. Hey, well, free vehicle, awesome. Everything for pretty much free, even more awesome. Like, I kind of wish that would happen with me more, of being able to get like free parts all the time. Because now I have to like trade parts for other parts or buy them outright, and it's like, oh man, you know. I miss being able to get like the odd free part. Like, don't get me wrong, I say that as if JoJo like a month ago didn't just give me an 8.8 rear end for free. So there's that. Like, I have in Edmonton right now a 8.8 with 373s, limited slip, but I mean, apparently the clutches need to be gone through in that rear end. But 8.8 limited slip that was off of a turbo coupe. So, you know, I've thought about putting that in my car, or at the very least, I have also thought about, it wouldn't be a giant difference, but, you know, would be it would still make a difference in performance a little bit, not a ton, but a little bit. Get worse fuel economy though, which is the downside to it. But I've thought about pillaging that rear end for the 373s, and then I could sell my 355s, or just keep them around even, because who knows. The car that I might be getting, because again, once Hail Mary sells, I'm gonna have to find another vehicle. And I have my sights on that Aero Fox Body 5-liter 5-speed. I have my sights set on it, so we're gonna have to see how that thing is going to be. What? That's fair. That's fair. I mean, hey, it's one of these things. Like, I still get work done on my car for free at times. Not all the time, but at times. You know, it would just be nice if I could find like a shop and be like, hey, we'll do anything in your car if you just like shout us out. Why can't my channel just like blow up so that can happen? Ow. I just hit myself in the face with my cord. I should do a Ford inline 6 and an S10. That would piss a lot of people off. Here's the thing though. I like my inline 6s, as you know. I love my little Ford inline 6s. But I couldn't see myself actually purposely swapping one in where one wasn't before. You know, like I don't see myself doing that. But what else to say? You had a manifold break off on pulling your tractor motor 429 Caddy. I got lucky and there was enough to weld it on. I'd say you are lucky. You know, like, again, you can weld a nut technically, or at least try to, but it just doesn't work. Like, we tried to weld, like, 3 different times. Didn't work. We did the washer with the nut as well, welding all that. That didn't work. So it's like, eh. Well, I mean, hey, it's doing it the other way around, because everybody puts an LS, which is a Ford engine. Just saying, you know, it is Ford if you look at it really closely. But they put LSs in Fords all the time, so it's gonna taste your own medicine. But respect all builds. See, I am like respect all builds, but there gets a point where I can't respect it anymore. It depends on the build. Depends on the build. Like, when it comes to, hey, you know, I swapped this engine in there, I'll be like, cool, that is awesome. But if your vehicle is like stupidly stanced out, I think that's like really dumb, to be honest. And then if you have, if it's like a donk, if it is a squatted vehicle as well, I don't really respect those as much. But beyond that, the LS swap Tesla is the greatest invention of all time. You know, just saying, it is. That thing, like, the first time I heard about it, it kind of made me cackle a little bit. It did. How does Stitch drive with a new tie rod? Great, except I kind of fucked something up when I did it. So I think the toe is a little bit out, because also my steering wheel is no longer straight. It's clocked at about like a 20-degree angle or something like that, about like there, right? Going down the road, so that's kind of fun. So I will need to take it back off again and fix that. But that's not very hard. Because obviously that inner nut, I moved it clearly. You can kind of see me do that in the video that I posted today, to be honest. I thought I put it back to the original position, but I didn't. So that was my bad. But we'll have to see. But then also, what's kind of funny though about that is that I'm going to have to take that tie rod back off again, because that didn't fix the knock in the front end of the vehicle. But I know what it is now, because I needed to replace that outer tie rod anyways, because as you can tell in the video, that thing was pretty done, right? Like it was pretty done. However, it wasn't knocking at all. It was still fine, even though there was no grease in it or nothing, and like it was pretty much seized inside, but it's still articulated fine. It's the ball joint on the driver's side, so I'll have to be very careful with that. But I have a solution that'll cost me no money, zero, other than a spring compressor, which I've already ordered. So the next video that you guys are going to see on the channel, most likely, unless something else happens between now and then, but I seriously doubt it, is I'm going to swap the control arms on Stitch. Because if y'all remember, when I bought Buzz, because, the 81 Capri with the manual in it, right, that I pulled out of the field for $300. Well, it came with a bunch of parts. And one of those parts, which I haven't sold yet, and thank God I haven't, because otherwise I might be kind of screwed for a little bit for driving Stitch, because I am that fucking broke, is these aftermarket control arms. I don't know who made them, what they were worth, or anything like that. They have spindles on them, which I don't know if they're SN95 spindles or if they are foxbody spindles. I haven't a clue. But all I'm going to do is that I'm just going to it'll be such an easy swap, is, just compress the spring, take the control arm out, well, take the spindle off, which means I'm going to have to unbolt the brake caliper, right? So I'll just unbolt the brake caliper, tie it off out of the way, replace the control arm, put Stitch's original spindle with the brakes and everything already installed on it, other than the brake caliper, install all that, put the brake caliper back on, done. I don't have to do hardly a freaking thing. And I get upgraded, control arms. Like, I should actually find those and show you guys those control arms, because I don't know if you guys remember them, right? Like I said, it's been a while. So, yeah. But the power steering pump is driving you mental? I mean, you should just, well then, replace the pump. What are you doing there, dude? I understand it can be a pain in the ass, especially when it comes to, like, getting the frickin' pulley off. I get it, because I don't have a pulley puller. I'm slowly getting more and more, like, tools, but it's taking a while, so there's that. See, well, and Hondas make sense to do that stuff with, because, yes, they are very lightweight, and you can go mock chicken with them. When it comes to, like, the K-Series, and even, like, a B-Series, you can build the shit. Even, like, a D-Series, you can build, like, 400 or 500 horsepower. They are nutso. They're great. They're great. Let's see. You want to swap in the new rotors in a few months? They look like they need fresh ones. I mean, fair. But yeah, so it's kind of nice. And then, like, in the future, what'll be nice, because I'll have these V8 spindles lying around. Again, I don't know, like, I'm gonna have to look into those spindles that I've got to see if they're V8 spindles or if they are inline six, or if they're like, SN95 spindles, or what the hell they are. But yeah, so like I said, those control arms will go into the car, and they got brand new ball joints installed. So it's like, fuck yeah, let's go, right? I can't remember if they're greasable or not, but I'll have to take a look at that, because greasing them would be good. Like, greasable is much better. But yeah. Was from a Ford Mustang. I mean, yeah, the alternator is the same, from those engines. It's just sometimes the trucks have a higher amperage on the alternator because they'll have, like, accessory lights and stuff like that. But you would love a Coyote or an LS of some kind. Fair. I get that. I get that wholeheartedly. Well, you're gonna go to sleep. Night. Okay. Good night, chica. Have a good sleep. Yes. But so that's kind of the plans, and then when I can afford it, I'm going to pick up an 8-inch air cleaner that's not like super duper thick, just like your regular sort of thickness for an air cleaner. For the car, and it needs to have a bit of a drop base on it too, because kind of like what I got on the car currently. But anyways, because once I have that, I can then install my new strut brace. Yay, strut brace! Woo! So that'll be coming soon. I just need to get an air cleaner. And I was hoping to visit with a friend of mine today that may have had an air cleaner for me that she would just give to me, but she wasn't available when I was in town, which is sad because she was at another shop getting some work done on her other Mustang. Yeah. That's okay. I will get an air cleaner that'll fit on that car so that I can install the strut brace. Because I refuse to install that strut brace until I actually have an air cleaner that'll work. Refuse. Absolute refusal. But yeah. Now hang on. You're going to the junkyard sometime in April to get the doors and tailgate for the 89 F-150 and a power steering pump for the 81. And junkyards are a great resource. They are fantabulous. Like, some stuff is getting a little pricey in junkyards, depending, but it depends on the junkyard, though. Like, that's why I like iPull Upull. Their prices aren't bad, at all. Fix the rear main seal. Now you're swapping a manual SM465 out for a Turbo 350. That seems backwards. That's... Huh? That is, like, very backwards to swap out a manual for an auto. Mr. Roboto Tomo. What? Yeah, that seems weird, but I get it, I suppose, to a certain degree. But yeah, why? Because now, inquiring minds need to know, why are you swapping out that glorious SM465 for a Turbo 350? Traitor! Just kidding. And for the doors, 80 to 96 will work? Yeah, I think you're right on that, actually. Yeah, they should. Most of the parts from 1980 to 96 actually do interchange with each other. It's kind of nice. And alternators 87 or before Serpentine was a thing, as I'm not pulley swapping. Fair. Ugh. Gosh, I am really tired. Like I am trying, but holy crap, am I tired. I'm not as much of a night owl as I used to be. But then again, I work night shifts, so that makes a lot of sense. Why I was such a night owl. But I think this is part of like getting older. You know, like I'm gonna be 29 this year. Like barf. You know. Because when I was younger, I'm like, yeah, hey, let's be an adult. Woo, yeah, adult. And then you're an adult, you realize being an adult sucks. Like you've got freedom to do whatever you want, sort of, but that's about it. Adult responsibilities are awful, and we don't like them. Oh, that is sad, Will Dog. That is very sad. Mm. That's why they should sell parts. Like, come on, come on. What the hell? What the hell's wrong with them? Agreed, but the SM shifts like a big rig, and the gears aren't split evenly enough to drive around town. I mean, valid, but you could just like swap in like a T18 or something. Or do like an NV 3500 as an example, or like a 4500 even. That could work. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Oh yeah, I mean, all junkyards should sell parts, you know? That's why I like iPull though. It's like they've got a big selection of like classic cars. And then they'll get some oddball shit in there too, which I like. You know, every once in a blue moon they do. And and the thing is, like you see my videos where I'm there like far more often, especially like on in the summertime. But yeah, ugh. Wait, that clock is off still, right? Is it midnight? It is midnight. That's why I feel so tired. It's very tiring. Let's see. An Eaton TRO 9505 shifts like a 6-speed Honda Civic does. Always smooth, nothing grinds. See, I mean, like I have like a T5 and it's very smooth and doesn't grind. Just reverse can be a bitch to get into because it's not synchro. But that's fine, and I like it. And then the NV3500 that was in my dad's truck, I love that too. It was such a smooth tranny. But yeah. You don't even know what a hydraulic clutch is like. Seems like all yours are manual clutch. I mean, that's valid. Like, here's the thing. A hydraulic clutch is definitely a lot lighter feeling. It's not as heavy, but like Stitch's, manual clutch cable, right? Like, very that way. Like Stitch's, clutch cable, and it's actually a decently heavy clutch in that car. But when you extend the fork out so that it's not as bad for that, then it's Gucci. Any old RX-7 in junkyards up there, they're seldom seen in a junkyard. Like, here's the thing. There's a guy, it's really funny. There's a guy that if you drive down the QE2, he is south of Lacombe. You will see his property because it stands like a sore thumb on the side of the highway. You will look on if you're heading northbound, you'll see it on the right side of the road, and there's a guy with a bunch of Mazdas, right? And they're all like RX-7s, RX-8s, and even like as old as like RX-3s, I think, in there. And he does sell full cars. He does sell some parts at times. I don't know his name. I know he posts stuff on like Marketplace and shit like that though too. But yeah, because he like he will disassemble some of these cars or sell them as full cars, depending on if they're in good enough shape or not. They're not all crushed out. Like, you still see the odd... Like, you still see RX-7s around. But the thing is, like, I'd love to play with an RX-7. It's just... They're too expensive. You know? Like... Plus, with, like, having the premix all the time, it's kind of annoying with them. And, like, the maintenance of them was a nightmare. But I still kind of want to play with one. I'm a glutton for punishment. You know? Like, very masochistic when it comes to rotary. You know, I picked this up, and I'm probably not even eat hardly any of it. Like, my god. There's still a lot of this left from earlier. I mean, well, a buddy of mine, his name is Ryan, he had an RX-7, but then he lost his job, so he had to, you know, return it back to its previous owner. But... Which is unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. Hmm. Well, that's the thing. Every single rotary you have to premix anyways. Like, because they are a two-stroke, you know? The only time, supposedly, because Mazda figured this out when they were experimenting with hydrogen, because they actually did do a hydrogen conversion on their RX-8. And they did a bunch of testing with it. What they found is, like, it's far more efficient with the hydrogen, and for some reason, with the dynamic properties of it, it doesn't burn near as much oil. It's bizarre, but it does, and it's pretty cool. You know, you still have to, you know, like, premix some stuff, though, don't get me wrong. But, yeah. It was kind of a cool thing to find out from that. Well, I mean, there is nothing, and I mean, nothing sounds better than a four-rotor rotary that's making like 600 horsepower on gate. Just saying. You know, 787B, that is a glorious, glorious sound, and nothing sounds better than that. I don't care what anybody says. You know, give me that sound all day long. Yes, please. Yes, please. Give me. I want that. I want that. I want that in my life. Like, that's the thing. I want to do rotary shenanigans, but I can't afford rotary shenanigans, so I just do inline six shenanigans, because that's what I can afford. So, fuck it. What do you want, Saber? Fat cat. Come here. Saberlicious. 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 Come here, buddy. Hey, guys. There is a fat cat. Come here, buddy. Hi, Saber. Come here. Why are you not coming here? What are you doing? Saber, come here. Come here, my boy. Where are you going? Why are you running? Hey, guys. Hey. Hey. Look. It's Saber, the fat cat. Mwah. Let's see. I heard there was a swap meet. Still working on finishing the front axle swap on the car, or I would have brought it over. The front wheels have plastic cages on the wheel bearings. Can't do much. Oh, Jesus. Well, Yeah, there was a swap meet this past weekend. That I was there. I took the T-Bird actually because Stitch. I could have actually taken Stitch and I would have been fine, to be honest. But I wanted to replace the tie rod end before I did that, and I was just dreading doing the tie rod. You know, I just I didn't as much enjoy replacing that tie rod that way, and which is fine because like it's just like a tedious job, right? It's kind of like doing brakes and stuff like that. It's just tedious. It's annoying. Um, and yeah, like I'm still very enthusiastic of working on cars and stuff like that. Um, but I don't know. The older I am getting, the more I'm like, hey, I love working on cars, but damn, do I wish somebody else could do this at the same time. It's one of those things. There is stuff that I enjoy doing on cars, like especially when me and my dad installed the cold air intake on his truck together. Oh, that was so much fun. And having instances like that is fun. Excuse me. But when you're just doing everything yourself, it's kind of like it's not as fun. Having somebody else there to do it with you is it's great. Get that camaraderie, right? Yes. So, as long as it works out money wise, and hopefully it should, I will be at World of Wheels with a couple of friends of mine as well. So, you might see me. You might see me. At World of Wheels. In Calgary. Because that's this coming weekend, right? So me, Christina, and Holly, which I was gonna say, Christina has been on the channel, I think, once. Holly's car has been on the channel, but not her. So, you're going Saturday? Yeah, I believe we're going Saturday too. I think so. Oh, well, here's the thing, Spank. I've actually been looking for a job for a while. But just nobody's freaking hiring, so it's kind of annoying. But as for like a parts changer, uh, I have zero desire to be a mechanic on somebody's car. Zero fucking desire for that. You know, work on my own shit? Yay. Work on other people's shit? Boo. you know? Like, I will work on other people's cars that are like friends and stuff like that, don't get me wrong, but, but like working behind the counter and stuff like that at a parts store would be alright. I wouldn't mind that. However, anytime I've inquired, they've always said, "Oh no, sorry, we're not hiring at all." So, but once it comes to the summertime, like I'll have more money in the summer. It's just wintertime. I just don't have much of an income anymore because I was a cab driver, but then I'm no longer a cab driver anymore. So yeah, but like I'm just perpetually broke. Even like in the summertime, I'm perpetually broke anyways because adulting sucks. It just does. Adulting's expensive. Like right now, what I'm relying on, right now is my YouTube revenue a little bit. It doesn't pay that much, so there's not much going that way. But like my YouTube revenue, the little bit I make off of TikTok, which actually last month I made more money off of TikTok than I did off of YouTube. And then like and selling the parts and selling the cars that I do, right? But beyond that, like I don't make a lot of money doing it, and that's fine. I enjoy what I do. However, Oh, definitely. Like, here's the thing. Being a mechanic and working on other people's stuff, for one, you're typically working on new shit. I have zero desire to touch that new crap. Especially when it comes to like how much money you have to spend on freaking tools. I'm good, thanks. I'm good. I don't want to do that. I don't want to go into generational debt just so I can buy a stupid tool from Snap-on, you know, because they charge a stupid amount of money for a part that you can get at freaking Harbor Freight, for fuck's sake. You know, like it's just it's sorry, it irks me. It does. But also Spank, no, I don't have any desire to do that. Like, here's the thing. During the summertime, as you know, I do the dyno thing, right? So it'd be kind of difficult to do the dyno thing while also running a shop at the same time. That just doesn't work for me. Um, I also don't want to be a loop tech either. Like, you know, I just don't. Fair enough, fair enough. No, I get that absolutely, Arden. And small engines are becoming the same way. Yeah, they kind of are, to be honest. Like, give me something old to work on. That excites me. Like, if somebody wants me to work on their car, it better be something fun on the car. Like, oh, hey, we're doing these modifications to the car. We're gonna make it faster and louder and stuff. Like, okay, I am down for that. You know? Or we're like making it sound better or whatever else. Like, okay, cool. But yeah, oh, hey, you want to come replace the steering rack in my car? No. Fuck that. I'm good. You can do that. Oh, you know, you want to like replace suspension on my car? It's like, not really. You know? Oh, you want to throw a cam in my car? I'm like, I don't like pulling pulleys. I also don't even have a pulley puller. So there's that. I also don't like taking apart half the fucking engine just to get to the goddamn thing. Like, don't get me wrong, swapping cams is fun and cool. Yes, to a certain degree. But it's just all the things you have to do in preparation of it's just annoying. That's all. Well, like, case in point. So, I am kind of a proponent to a certain degree that I really don't want to have to take my sort of like engine parts like apart to get access to something else. Near as much. Like, that's why when I was fixing that coolant fitting, it kind of sucked to have to remove the alternator, right? Just so that I had better access. I just didn't want to do that at all. But for one simple little fitting, that shouldn't have taken me that long to do at all. But I did. It was fine. It was fine. Some of the chainsaws, you gotta break the case completely in half. That's brutal. That's brutal. Like, the thing is, you know, like, people say, oh, you should get something new. And I go, why on earth would I want to be a masochist like that? No, give me something, you know, simple. Give me something that I don't need a master's degree to figure out how to work on it. And yeah. Like, case in point, my dad's truck right now. So, this is not the end of the world. I just don't want to effing do it. Um, it needs the knock sensors replaced on that car, on this truck, with the 5.3 in it. It's not that bad to do, don't get me wrong. But you still have to remove the intake plenum to get to it. Like, to get to both those sensors, they're underneath the intake plenum. It's dumb. Like, why can't those be more accessible? Like, say, you know, somewhere on the outside, because they're just simple little things. And again, they're not that expensive. You know, they're like $100 for the sensors. But I just don't like it, and I hate that it's like it's a plastic, you know, plastic manifolds and shit. Like, ugh, give me a metal manifold, please. I don't like this plastic shit because it's so easy to crack it. It's dumb. But even like, you know, nowadays, everything is overhead cam, right? Which is great. Don't get me wrong. the advantages that you have with overhead cam is awesome. However, now it's like your timing chain has the same intervals to replace the damn thing as a timing belt because you need chain tensioners for it because of how long the chain is. Which, now, something that I don't understand is like, back in the day, they figured out how to do chains on a bicycle. You know, granted, it's not rotating as quickly, I get that. But they figured out how to do a really long chain with that without having to use a tensioner on it. So why do they need tensioners? And they can't just make the frickin' chain tight out of the box. Like, it's something that's kind of irked me for a long time. Because again, it's a timing chain. Why can't you design it so that it's actually fucking tight out of the box? Instead of loose as fuck and you need to rely on these plastic goddamn tensioners. They break. Hey, there you go. That's not so bad. Nice. And plastic intakes can handle boost, but not nitrous. You'll blow the seams in your intake. Oh, exactly, right? Like, but also, I mean, on TikTok, some guy said to me that I should put 150 shot of nitrous into Stitch's engine. I'm going, I don't want to blow it up. Like, I put 150 shot of nitrous to that thing, and it's gonna grenade itself. Just about guaranteed. You know, especially if I don't do, like, the ring gap, and if I don't add the right amount of fuel to it to make it handle that. Like, I just have zero desire to do that. And I don't like how unpredictable nitrous can be, right? Like, because nitrous is volatile, and, I mean, I've seen a nitrous backfire blow the hood off of a Grand Prix, you know, before. So that scares the shit out of me. Like, at least with, like, a turbo or a supercharger, it's not doing that. Yeah, it can grenade your engine still. But it's not going to, like, be such a massive explosion that it puts, like, a bowling ball-sized hole in your firewall. Like, you know, it's insane. Believe it or not, you have a very rare chainsaw from the 50s, but the recoil is not fun to deal with. I think I'd rather do something modern, but the saw is worth $1,000 to the right person. It's a direct drive saw, so the blade is on the opposite side of a typical saw. Interesting. Well, and actually, what was I thinking of for that? What even was that? Was it? Oh yeah, I think it actually was a chainsaw. Because actually, I saw this, it was a video from Russia, right, a couple years ago. And it was a chainsaw that actually used a 12 gauge shell. Like, it needed the primer and the actual, like, gunpowder from it to start the engine. It's bizarre. There's tractors built like that, too. And it's like, what the hell? Like, why would you make it like that? It's weird. Like, and apparently it's because they don't have, like, an electric starter or anything, or they're, like, really freaking heavy, and a pull start doesn't really work that well on them. So that's why they did that, and it's very strange. It's a very strange way to do it, but it worked. So, you know, there's that. Just one of those bizarre sort of engine designs that you go, huh? Why? Who? What? But yeah. Wait, what? It'd be funny to tune a car lean, then put a NOS kit in it with a dummy pressure switch, because it's actually propane. Still charge then for NOS. And still get police for it too. I mean, nitrous and propane aren't the same though. Like, you can do that technically, yes. You can actually spray propane as nitrous. You can do that. It's not as efficient though. Like nitrous, because the thing is, propane is propane, right? It's extremely high octane fuel, to be honest. Like equivalency to octane, it's like 120 octane or something like that. But nitrous is, well, obviously, like it's 1 part nitrogen, 2 parts oxygen, right? It's you know, where propane is propane. So even though technically, when you fill up your propane tank, as an example, it's not actually 100% propane. You have like 80% propane, and I think it's like 20% oxygen. I think. Something like that. And then like there's some argon in there and shit like that too. But because whatever's really in the air is kind of what goes in there too, like some carbon dioxide and shit too. It's fun. It's fun. Garage 54 hooked the battery cables from a Lada to 240 volts, and the car still cranked after. That's amazing. Considering it's a Lada, they're not exactly known to be the most durable things on the planet. Like it's weird. They can be, but they're also like the biggest piece of shit too. It's the weirdest thing. Like they can be like, holy crap, super duper reliable, and then also like not. It's bizarre, you know? Because when they run, they're the best. When they don't run though, they are awful. Honda Civic GX ran a propane D16 with 12.5 to 1 compression factor. I can see that. I can definitely see that. Like here's the thing. Propane works the best on high compression engines because it's such a high octane fuel. Like I said, when you compare it to the octanes of gasoline, it's the equivalency of like 120 octane or so, right? Which for us, that's race gas, but that's just what propane is, and it's just it's great, and it's not as efficient though as gasoline, but it it can work pretty well though if you have a vehicle tuned right for it. Like that's why it really bothered me. Like with because you guys know Team Mechanic, he's actually a pretty decent friend of mine. I haven't talked to him in a while, but he's just been really busy with stuff. And he had that gorgeous, gorgeous, you know, Ford Thunderbird from, it was a 73, I believe, T-Bird. And just the thing was mint. But somebody converted it to propane, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. But like he always said that this thing is so sluggish, and I did, because I said, dude, you're probably like the timing is so backed off because they probably didn't bump up the timing. Like I told him, dude, if you put your initial timing at like 15 degrees initial timing, I bet that thing runs like a top and will burn the tires off like mad. But he refused to do it. Like, because he checked the timing and it was at -4 degrees. I'm like, dude, no wonder it's such a dog. Like, put that timing into it, man. It's propane. It wants it, you know. But he wouldn't listen to me. I don't understand that. You know, because even like my buddy Keith, you know, he's been on the channel many times, right? Like Keith, he used to run like his job was driving school bus for a while, right? And when he was driving school bus, they were propane school buses, so he had to like, you know, he tuned those all the time, and he figured out how they run properly and that sort of thing, right? So yeah, but oh well, you know. I wonder where that T-Bird ended up though, because I haven't seen it since he got rid of it. Hot rod trick old Honda guys would do is shave crank ends on a B18 or B20 rods, use GX pistons for a good budget race engine that will hold good power. Yeah, see, and again, I don't know Hondas that well, so you know, I know my inline sixes, and I know 302s to a certain extent, and I know LSs a little bit. You know, I'm starting to slowly learn about LSs, slowly. I know what like some engines are capable of. That's about it. Ugh, but I hate to do this, but I'm getting tired. To be honest, it's 12:30, you know, a.m. now, and I'm tired. It's been a long day. So I think I'm gonna have to call it a night. So I appreciate everybody tuning into the live, and I promise to be live again soon. It's not gonna be 3 weeks. It'll be like maybe a day or two. So for that, hold me to it. Hold me to it. Anyways, Appreciate you all tuning in. Thank you so much. Take care, and I will catch you in the next live/video. Bye. Eh.